And then I had my trucking accident, which was 20 years ago. So Vicky and I, at that point, were married about 10 years. And it was like a last-minute load. I took it into Chicago, and I was coming back out over by Belvedere, Illinois. And 9:30 in the morning, and everything should be good, right? And I'm in a truck, so I never worried about anything. I'm always bigger than the next guy, so I'm always going to be okay. Until there's a car that passed me, and all of a sudden there's a semi that we're meeting, and he ended up coming through the median and hit the car that just passed me in the driver's door. It's like I could feel that I knew he wasn't going to make it. And it, like, you only have a split second to even think about it. But I knew in my heart that he was probably not with us. Like when I was like this close, he hit the car and flipped onto his side, so the roof of the trailer is now coming at me. And they said I left 200 feet of black marks, and I was going towards the ditch, and at the last second I pulled back and went to the left. And you replay this all the time, but if I would have kept going towards the ditch, instead of hitting the top of the trailer, I probably would have hit the top of his cab and killed him. Like I said, you can relive an accident like that the rest of your life and think of new things all the time. Like a second before I hit, like I was right there, something told me I was going to be okay. I don't know what, and I'm sure I had to have blacked out for a little bit. I don't really recall, but I remember sitting in the seat. My driver's mirror is like right here, but it was all busted, and all I can see is my whole face is blood. It was, I don't know. It was kind of rough, but you're okay. It's pretty unreal. They ended up taking me. They tried to cut the back of the sleeper with air chisels to open the back. They couldn't get me out the driver's door. They couldn't get me out. Finally, they cut the seat out of the passenger side and got me wiggled out. Meanwhile, I was in there for a long, long time. So a nurse actually crawled up into the cab and started the IVs in me. I think if they would have waited a little bit longer, I was probably gonna pass out or something. It was time. They got me out of the truck and they flew me to the Rockford Hospital. And they wouldn't call. I kept telling the cops that they needed to call my work and tell them so they could call my wife what was going on. And they said, you don't worry about anything but you until we get you to the hospital. So I got to the hospital, and I had a nurse on both sides of me picking glass out of everything. And then the chaplain called my wife. Another phone call you'd never think you were going to get. And just for luck, she was home on dinner break. My sister-in-law, Carmen, actually drove Vicky because she was pretty shook up about it, and drove her over to the Rockford Hospital. I ended up spending the night. There was not much left of my truck. No broken bones. I got a big cut down here on my leg, all the way down to the bone. They stitched that all up. But other than that, some bruises and cuts, and they released me the next day. So Jeff and Carmen, my brother and sister-in-law, came over, and we were going to get some stuff out of the truck. I had toolbox, the CB and stuff, see what we could salvage out of it. Some of my paperwork and stuff. So we go over there, and as soon as you turn the corner and see the truck, you wonder how you're alive, for sure. And it was very, very hard. We started going through the truck, and it just so happens that before that, I don't know, 6 months, a year before that, my mom, if you ever seen the little pictures of Jesus that come in the mail, and so I had that duct taped up by my CB, and I still have it with me, but I found that in the sleeper, in the mattress, right behind where my head was. So that like says so much, like, and that's still, at that point, it took me probably 4 or 5 years to get it, to start saying, oh my goodness, God, you saved my life. Like, and that's when I turned the corner, like, you saved my life, what can I do for you? And that's how I've lived pretty much every day since. After the accident, obviously we made a point to go to church every Sunday. It was 10 times more important than it was before the accident. Like, and now it's been baby steps, my whole journey with God. And I feel like I have such a good relationship with God now. We can have our bad times, and it's almost like you fight and struggle with Him, and then the next time it's just humor. And it's just like a relationship with Tony here. You know, it's amazing when you start building that relationship.
Remember to subscribe, like, and share this video to join in our mission. Special thanks to all patrons who make Passionately Catholic possible. Visit anthonydigmann.com for more. May God bless you abundantly, and I'll see you again in the next episode.